well, welcome to the makeup shop today. Very glad that you came by to see us. My name is Sarah and I'll be taking care of you today. Now, it says here that you just wanted a regular makeup look. Was there anything special that you had in mind? No? Okay, well that's fine. We can certainly make it up as we go along. So, may I just confirm your name, please? Is that with an E? Okay. And a contactable cell phone number for you would be great. Alright. And then just lastly your email address. Now all we'll use your email address for is to give you a list of the products that we'll be using today, so that in future if you'd like to come and see us and purchase it, or if you'd just like to have another makeup look done, you'll know exactly what we used. Yes, perfect, thank you. Alright, perfect, well, let's make a start, shall we? Now, would you say that your skin is dry or oily or combined? Dry, more dry? Okay. Well then I would certainly suggest that we will start with this. It's a moisturiser and we're going to use Anavita Moisturising Anti-Wrinkle Cream. Now you're certainly young enough that I don't imagine that you'll be having a lot of wrinkles. You certainly don't seem to have any. But it's never too late to start, and certainly never too early. So first we'll start with this. As you can see, it's a very creamy texture. Now we're only going to use a little bit of it. Alright. That's right. Just a little bit more. Definitely have very good skin. Alright, that's all we need for that. Now we'll just have that dry out a little bit, and while it's drying I just wanted to ask, what kind of look are you going for? You said there wasn't anything special, but were there any colours that you were thinking about? What were you planning to wear it with? Okay. Certainly. Can I ask the occasion? Any occasion? Alright. Okay, then yes, I definitely would suggest a very neutral look. I think natural would definitely suit you very well, especially with your hair colour. I'm very jealous of your hair colour. So, alright, well, first off we're going to start with this now. Now this is quite strange, but we're going to apply another lotion on top of your face. And that's because this is a very special product indeed. It is Pores No More Anti-Aging Mattifying Lotion. It's by Dr. Brandt. It's a very, very good brand. But the reason why I like it is because it's mattifying. It makes it very easy to apply any foundations over the top of it. So let's start off with just a little bit of this. Alright, that's really all we need. Okay, rub it together. So it's particularly good with oily skin, but it's perfectly good with dry skin too. And as I said, it's very good for applying foundation over the top. The foundation really sticks to your skin. Let's make sure it's all the important bits. Okay. Lovely. Alright. Now, lots of people do it in lots of different ways, but I do like to start with just a little bit of concealer, but we only want to just dab away any spots and any dark circles, any irregularities on your skin. And as I said, luckily you really don't have that many, but let's just make sure that we get all those little bits to make sure that you've got totally even skin tone. So now, when I was back in the UK, I actually really liked the Collection 2000 ones, which is a bit strange, I know. very cheap, but they worked so well. But unfortunately I can't get them out here, so what I like to use here in America is this. Actually, it's the Revlon Photo Ready, and because you've got pale skin just like me, we're using just number 1 in Fair. That's it. Okay, that's really all we really need. Just wanted to get those highlighted areas. We'll apply a little bit more after the foundation if you need it, but we'll see how this goes, shall we? So let me just spread this around. Again, lots of different makeup artists like to do for different things. With concealers, I'm perfectly happy using my fingers. And yes, I did wash them first. It's very important, if you're going to use your fingers on your face, that you wash your hands so that you don't spread any dirt around, you know. Okay? Right, okay. So, now we did the skin matching, and this was what we decided on, wasn't it? So, this is the MAC product, and I always say if you're going to spend any money on your makeup, you certainly want to put it on your foundation. Have a really good one. So this is the MAC Studio Sculpt. Obviously SPF 15, if you can get an SPF in your foundation, it's certainly good, especially in these sunny climates. And yes, we've chosen NC 15 for you, haven't we, because of your skin. So let's have a little look here. Alright. I also love this. It's really got a nice medium coverage, which, unless you have really heavy acne or really heavy discoloration, I would certainly suggest medium. Light if possible. The less makeup that you actually have on, the more natural it looks, I always think, which is strange for a makeup artist, but there you go. We want to make everything look natural. Okay, so I'm just using my little beauty blender here. Let's just blend this in to your skin. Lovely. Yes, by any means you can use brushes. In the past, let's have a look. I've got 2 different types of brushes that I've used. I've got this one, which is the cheaper version. It's by Icing, and it's just perfectly fine with putting it as double-ended so that you can put concealer on this end, but really I only ever used this side, and I liked it because it was flat so that you can just apply that to your skin. The other one is a MAC. This one is just regular MAC foundation brush, and I've used this in the past as well, but recently, you know, beauty blenders, they're the thing, aren't they? So I've very much come to enjoy using this actually. Yes, well, the reason I think it's really good is because when you're applying it, you don't get those streaks, and it's hard to get out brush streaks. Lovely, just at the top here. Okay. Not difficult at all. Alright, now I think we'll just add a little touch more of the concealer just under the eyes here. Just make sure that those are completely perfect. So here we go. There we are. Alright. I'm going to use the beauty blender again just to make sure that's all perfectly blended. Just like that. Alright. And now over the top, we're going to go back to drugstore products. This one I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte. It's a worldwide favourite for everybody, and certainly my personal favourite. I'm going to use number 1 transparent. Get a little dab of this. Okay, and I love using these huge fluffy brushes. Okay. Get your chin, up on those cheeks. Okay, a little more here. And we're going to go up here. Over the top on your forehead. Because this is number 1 transparent, we obviously don't want to add too much colour to your face with the foundation and the powders, because it can really be offset by your neck. You want to actually match your body's colour. So what we'll add colour through bronzers and with a little bit of blush. Okay. Let's see. Alright, now I tend to do blush and bronzer at the end just because I want to make sure that the eyes are all done and so that nothing comes onto the face. And once we've got the eyes perfectly done for you, then we can also see how harsh or soft we want your cheeks to look. So what we're going to start off with first is obviously a primer. Now, another fan favourite, Urban Decay. Do love Urban Decay, and the primer potions, the original, is, I still think, the best. So the great thing about this is we also only need a little bit. So here we go. All right. Okay, so let's just dab a little bit up here and over here. On the lids. And actually we're also going to put just the tiniest little bit underneath the eye. And the reason I do this is because, you know, when you're wearing mascara, when you're wearing eyeshadows, it can actually come and rub off underneath your eyes, and you don't want that. So we don't want anything to move around and start to slide down the face. So let's just add a little bit of primer under here. It'll also help when we line underneath the eyes as well. Wonderful. Okay. Very easy. Now, as we said, we're going to do a natural look, aren't we? So we can either do a more gold look, add a little bit of sparkle, or we can just do natural and do some browns and beiges. What kind of thing would you like? Yes, I can show you the products, absolutely. Okay, so if we were to go with the gold route, I would certainly start off with this, which is a great eye base. It is the colour is Submissive by Bia Bombshell Cosmetics, and it's very, it looks dark when you hold it up here, but actually when you put it on, it's not like dark at all, and it's perfect for an eye base for golds. Then you can lighten it and darken it. Then after that, I would put on some of this, which is it's actually a sample. It usually comes in a palette, but I was lucky to try it some samples, and the Pacifica, this nice gold colour, and the gold colour is called Treasure. So that's probably what we do over most of your eye. And then to finish off, I've got a little mask. It's not a mask, it's just a mask, and it's a loose powder. Careful not to drop it out, but it's a very dark bronze. It's actually really amazing. It's not too glittery, so that it's not too strange to be wearing it during the day. But we'll put this in the inner corners and up here in the crease. So that's what I would do if we went for the gold look. If we went for the more natural beigey look, I think the best way to do it would be to go for the Naked Basics. I'm a big Urban Decay fan, as you can see. And so let's have a look here. We've got all these different ones. I don't think we'd go for black. I think that would be too harsh, but we would certainly go around the Naked 2 faint kind of look. And use these ones, and we can basically use all of these to complete your look. Which one would you prefer? Okay, perfect. Naked Basics. That's definitely a great look. Certainly easy to do. It's all in one palette. So I'm going to first pick my brush out, and I think I'll use this one. This is the Crown brush. Quite a fan of theirs. They're not too expensive either. MAC brushes can be very expensive, even though that's really what I would like to work with. But because this is a makeup routine that we want you to be able to follow, this is a much cheaper version, just as a little hint. So we're going to start off with the more pinkier colour, which is this one. It's the WOS. So let's just take some of this, and we're going to apply this to the top of your eyelids. So if you could close your eyes for me. Thank you. We're going to just apply this to the whole of the eyelids. Make sure they're even. Okay, and also up into the crease a little bit, so we can blend everything together. Okay, lovely. Clean that off a little bit. Alright, now I think we're going to put the Naked 2. There we go. Now we're going to put this over here in the middle and the outer corners. Okay, now the other side. Okay. There we go. Alright, now we're going to use the faint colour, which is the colour just before we get to the black. And I'm going to use the smaller end this time so that I can have a little bit more of control of exactly where I'm putting it. So let's get a little bit of this. Okay, so yes, I'm just going to put it on the inner corners, sorry, the outer corners of your eyes. And then a little bit up into the crease. There we go. And then on this side too. Just put a little bit more on the brush. This is quite a strong colour, this one. Okay, and again up into the crease a little bit. We're going to elongate it just past the natural shape of your eye, so that when we put in some winged eyeliner, it will look really good. Okay, and do that on the side too. Make sure it's even. It's always the tricky bit, isn't it? Making sure it's even. Okay, lovely. Alright, now, different people do different things, but I do like to put a little bit of a highlight just underneath the brow bone, and for this one we're going to use Venus right here. So tiny little bit of sparkle, but it doesn't look too outrageous or anything. Okay, and on the other side. Fantastic. And now with a different brush, I'm just going to blend it all together, make sure it's all blended and nice with a clean brush. Okay, and now I'm just going to add a little bit of that Venus color here, right here, just the inner corners of your eye. Really widens and opens up your eye. Okay, and now I'm going to use the other end of this, which is a lot more precise and controlled. So we're going to line just a little bit of eyeshadow underneath. And we want it to kind of match, so I think we'll start with just a little bit of the Naked 2, which is this one. Just put that under here. Okay, and then the other side. You're doing very well. I've had some real blinkers, I have to say. Blink a lot in it. It's something that you learn to work with, but it's when you get to the mascara. That's when we'll really see. Okay, and then I'm just going to add a hint of the darker faint. Okay, and that's why I really, really like this palette. Just use most of the colours. And if you want an even subtler look, you just shift everything down one, and if you want a more vibrant, exotic look, you just move it up one to include the black. Okay, wonderful. All right. Now, the dreaded moment. I definitely do advise using eyelash curlers. They actually make a huge difference. So also a better technique would be to put a hairdryer on it just for a few seconds, just to really heat it up a little bit, and then that will really mold the eyelashes better. But I'm just going to do that in my hand. Okay, now being very careful, don't worry, and just hold. Is it uncomfortable at all? No? Okay, good. Okay, doesn't take long at all. And now the other one. Okay. Alright. Now I've got a couple of options now for your eyeliner. We can either use a gel liner, which is something that a lot of makeup artists like to use, but I know that for people at home, especially people who don't regularly do makeup, it can be a bit daunting to try that one out. Or we could just use a liquid liner, and then we also have a few kohl pencils too. Prefer liquid or the kohl pencils? Okay, that's totally fine. So let's have a little look here what we've got. I would suggest either this one or maybe this one. Okay. Okay, so I would suggest for us that we would either use one of these two. This is the Hikari liner pencil, and it's actually a roll-up one. And it actually is silver, believe it or not, but when you apply it, it actually is such a dark silver that is practically a really dark grey. So I really like this one a lot. It's got a lot of staying power. So we can do that. Or if you would prefer something a little bit more dramatic, seeing as it's already a natural look, we can go for the straight black eyeliner, and this one is by L'Oreal Paris. It's Super Liner Ultra Precision. I like this one a lot because of the end. The little pen here is actually really easy to use, so Any preferences? You want to go for the liquid hammer? Perfect. Alright. Now if you could just keep your eyes closed and just relax. I'm not going to poke you in the eye, I'm not going to do anything scary. Okay, so we're just going to start from, not the inner corner, we'll start from about halfway. Alright. Just let it build up a bit. Start very thin and then build it up to the wing up here. So let's just get the corner on here. Alright, and now I'm going to fill it in after I've done the other one so that I can make sure that the angles match. Just a little tip there for you. So again, we're going to start on this side. Okay. It's always more awkward on the left, isn't it? Or your right when someone else is doing it. Okay. And let's make sure this angle is perfect. There we go. Yes, I think that's good. Alright, so let me just fill that in. And join that up at the top here. Lovely. Always with the second one, refer back to the first. Make sure it looks the same. Such a palaver having to do it again, isn't it? Okay. Lovely. And lastly, that dreaded moment of mascara. Now, okay, so we have your two options again. We always like to give options. We've got a higher end option. This is the Estee Lauder version, and it's the Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplying Volume Mascara, again in black. And then we've also got a sample of the Tarte. I'm afraid I couldn't find my full size one, but recently got the sample one, so it's perfect for the job again, and it's the Lights Camera Action version. So my favorite, I would actually go with the Tarte version. Yes? Okay. Alright, so this is pretty handy actually having the sample version, because I can just slip it in my bag, slip it in my purse. Certainly good for travel. Okay, now I want you to keep your eyes just slightly closed, but not all the way closed, okay? Okay. If you need to blink or get all your blinks out, just let me know, okay? Alright. Oh, you're actually very good at this. Need to blink? Okay. Get a few out. Definitely helps, I think. Okay? Alright, I want to do your other side too. Okay, and if you could look up, please. I'm going to do your bottom lashes. Okay, and this side too. Nicely done. Okay. Alright, so lastly we're going to do a little bit of blush. Okay. Certainly. Okay, well, if you'd like to go for the cheaper options of these ones as well, as I said, I certainly think the foundation is really important to put in a bit of money there, get some good quality, but then after that it's really up to you. So if you'd like to go for that, I would, there's a good NYC one, the colour wheel. I think that's probably what we'll start with, and then we'll go on to the blush. So let's first start off with this. Now, just because I quite like precision, I'm going to use two brushes. I'm firstly going to use this one. It's another cheaper brand. It's actually ELF, and ELF stands for eyes, lips and face. So, and because it's so precise, I'm able to really put it exactly where I want it to. And then just to add a little bit of colour and rose to your cheeks, I'm going to use this one, which is a very nice angled brush. And it's by Luxie, and don't you just love the colour, the rose gold and the pink? Oh, it's just adorable. So let's start off first with your bronzer. Alright. Okay. So we're just going to go here, right underneath your cheekbones. Bring it up around here, and then a little bit onto your forehead, not too much. Okay, also just swap hands. Funny enough, I can do this with both hands, but I can't do mascara or eyeliner with both. So here underneath the cheekbones, and bring it up. Okay. Lovely. Alright. Now, for people like us who are quite pale, it's pretty important not to overdo it. And for you, I would say full blush. Again, up to you entirely, but because you seem to have quite a red undertone to your skin, you don't want to bring that out too much by going too pink, because then you might just end up looking too pink generally. My sister's the same. So what I'm going to do is use this, which is by Model Cosmetics Company, and it's in Peach Bellini No. 2. What I like about this is that it's not too pink. It's actually got more of the orangey shimmeriness to it without being, again, a shimmery sparkly product. But yes, it's more peach than a pink rosy colour. So definitely for people like you with your skin colour, I would suggest, even in clothes as well as your makeup, definitely coral colours. Corals and peaches, they really look well with your colour. Alright, just get a little bit here. Better use this one. Okay, so we're just going to add this again with precision onto your face. And this is actually above where, so you put the bronzer underneath and then the blush above. Okay, and then again on the other side. And this, I'm not really going to take it up, I'm just going to keep it to the cheeks. Make sure you hit the apple of your cheek. Fantastic. Alright, and so I'm going to blend that with the angled brush. Now I like the angled brush because then it doesn't spread it all over your face, because that would be a bit of a disaster, wouldn't it? Make sure not to forget the bit that goes up beside your temples and onto your forehead. another little tip is if you've done your blush and your bronzer and you don't feel like it's quite right, it's in the right sort of place but it might still be a bit too strong, just put a little bit more of your foundation powder back on top and that will neutralize it and blend it a little bit more. And up here. Perfect. Alright, that's beautiful. And so I guess we can finish off with just the lips. So again, we have a few options. Let me see, for you I'd suggest maybe this one, maybe this one. No, this wouldn't look good. And this one. I think these three are good options. Okay, so the three options I have for you, I have 2 lipsticks and then I also have a lip gloss, because I know that a lot of people don't tend to like lip glosses anymore, but I do love this one in particular. This is the L'Oreal Paris Blushing Harmony 103, and I do like this one a lot because the colour is fantastic, especially with your skin tone and the overall natural look of the makeup, but it also dries pretty well and it isn't sticky so that your hair gets caught in it. So this is lip gloss here. Then we've also got 2 lipsticks. One's a little bit more pinky than the other, although I wouldn't advise going too pink in your blush. Certainly with your lipstick it's totally fine. So we've got this one, which is a NYX Butter lipstick, and it honestly goes on like butter. It's fantastic. This is in Little Susie, BLS12 is the number. So we have this one, which is much more pinky. And then we've got this one. This is actually my favourite. It's what I'm wearing right now. It's the Rimmel Kate Moss, and it's a nice vibrant dark red, and so it comes out just like you can see here. And this will add a little bit of va-va-voom, shall we say, to your look. So do you have a preference for any of these colours? Certainly, yeah, absolutely, we can go with this one. I personally think that I'm going to go out and buy about 8 of these. They're just, oh, they're just wonderful. So, alright, so if you could just, perfect, thank you. Alright, so we're just going to make sure you're going at the corners. If you ever use a dark lip colour, whether it's a purple or a dark red, I like to actually line my lips with a lip liner, and I really feel like this helps keep the colour in. That's why what I've done right now is line my lips first. But when it comes to paler colours, I think it's just fine to apply it on their own. Alright. Lovely. If you just want to go just a little bit. Certainly. Okay. Alright, now here is a mirror for you. What do you think? Yeah, you're happy with it? So pleased. Oh, honestly, wonderful. Okay. Alright, now, as I said, what we'll do is we will put a list of all of the products that we used in an email to you so that you can find them again. You can order them from our website, or you can always come back to see us. Yes, and if ever you want to have your makeup done again, we would be more than happy to help you. It's been absolutely wonderful and very easy to work with, especially like those kinds of customers. Now, is there anything else that I can do for you today? Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in. If you would like to come in again, I would be very honoured if you'd ask for me. I'm Sarah. And I guess we'll see you soon. I hope you have a wonderful day.